Some of those in the silver-haired community would say it's a great day for golf, and it is, don't get me wrong, but we say it's a great day for football, and the roof is wide open here in Glendale at State Farm Stadium.
Today we've got a Week 6 matchup for you here, as it'll be the Seattle Seahawks taking on the Arizona Cardinals.
Set to go now in Week 6 of the NFL season, and we are underway on EA Sports.
And they'll get him down inside the 30 to 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
They'll come out throwing here to start the drive.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Devin Witherspoon.
And he's able to get it back to the 33-yard line. So they'll come up 1st and 10 now from the 33.
First carry here for Kenneth Walker III.
And he's swallowed up right near the line of scrimmage. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
You look at this Arizona defense.
Now, they've been a very good unit against the pass, defending at 5th best in the league.
Yeah, defending the pass hasn't been an issue for them. It's been stopping the run. And if they don't stop the run, they can't get back to their strength, which is guarding against the air attack.
From the 32-yard line now, here's a 2nd down and 9. Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he works his way free all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone.
It's a gain of 12, 1st down Seahawks.
Well, there's plenty of real estate for him to maneuver on that run, and let's face it, it shouldn't be a surprise. He's one of the better backs in the league. Had to come into this game with the idea, slow him down, otherwise it's going to be a long afternoon.
Walker now on 1st and 10.
And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
2nd and 4.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw.
This ball complete to Durham.
And he's got this inside the 10 to the 9 before he's out of bounds. A 5-yard gain there makes it 1st and goal.
That was a route run not just with dexterity, but with intelligence. Found the hole in the zone, made sure the quarterback saw him, and was able to make the sure catch and flip the down marker back to 1.
A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
I think he had to unload that one before he wanted to. He was right up in his grill. I think he was a dentist there without a license, don't you?
Just not enough time for the play to develop. Just lucky it wasn't a fumble, really. Another shot from the 9 on 2nd and goal.
Now to the ground. Here's Walker.
They'll get this halfway home from the 8 to the 4 on a gain of 4. Defensively, I think they can smell a stop. Ball right around the 5 here, brings up third.
And I think what they've done is they put doubt in the minds of the offensive guys. What do we do? Because now you don't have a go-to play. Either side they pick, throwing it, running it, it won't be easy.
Now they send a man in motion right.
Tootin will take this into the end zone for a Seahawk touchdown.
Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up. Never even got to it.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now a 7-0 game. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And he'll be tackled just shy of the 25.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, not exactly the way they drew up the start of this one, but a chance to redeem themselves and hit the reset button here on their second possession.
And I do like that word that you just used, reset, right? In a lot of ways, it's just shaking off what happened before, starting fresh, almost like it's your first drive all over again. Go out and put your best foot forward.
First down yardage on the first play of the drive. Give him 14.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Here's a play fake as they set up to throw.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Talanoa Hufanga.
And the return here is stopped at the 35-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete.
They'll try to find Jackson Smith and Jigba.
And now it's 2nd down.
You look at this Arizona defense.
They're a top 5 unit right now against the pass in the league. In fact, they sit at number 5.
And I'm struggling a little bit trying to really categorize this crew. They're top 10 in the league against the pass, but the bottom half of the league in sacking the quarterback. That doesn't make sense. Imagine if this group ever put pressure on the QB, they'd easily move into the top 5.
They'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Pretty good little 2-play sequence there. You force the incompletion and a very short pickup.
Yeah, now maybe you bring in an extra defensive back or two because you want to try and defend on 3rd down. They like to play those nickel or sub packages, don't they?
Well, good field position to start the drive, but under the gun now here on 3rd and 8. Now this time he'll look to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. His 4th touchdown on the year.
And the Seahawks are off to a 13-0 first quarter lead.
Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make the score 14-0.
Running with you. I should probably start a head, boy, because I got other heads, boy.
First Boswell set to kick off.
I be on my little mouse drip. All that rapping, pay your bills.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
He's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. In the midst of, well, let's just say a not-so-rosy losing streak. They've got the open week, though, coming up next weekend, so you have to figure this to be a game that they dearly love to have.
Oh, indeed. They have to have this one because that's something positive to take with you when you go away for a few days, and it actually releases your mind. If they lose this one, that mind stays cluttered the entire time they're away, and they've got to scramble to get back in sync when they start playing again.
2nd and 11. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Well, that was a beautifully executed screen pass. They let the rushers get upfield and get the escorts in front, meaning the offensive linemen, other blockers out in front, completed the pass beautifully. So now you've got all that open space with big guys leading the way.
On first down, it's Benson.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. When you're down early, how do you get back in the game, maybe establish the run? I think they're trying to do that.
I'm with you on that one, and what I like about the message is that there's no panic from the head coach. He's already told his offensive coordinator, let's run the football, let's get things settled down a little bit, and find our way back into this game.
2nd and 5. Throw left side complete. That's Benson. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. The catch and run, good for 18 and a first down.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They've needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
Back in Arizona, 2nd quarter action. It's the Cardinals in possession as they've got it with a 1st and 10.
They'll set up a throw. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
The Cardinals in a disappointing 1-4 as they start play. Yeah, they come into this one knowing it's been a while since they've had a W. They have dropped 4 in a row.
Let me tell you, when you go a month, partner, in this league, without a victory, it gets tough to come to work every day. And in addition, you start to wonder about your job security as well.
A give left side for Benson.
And he is into the end zone. Touchdown, Arizona.
Trey Benson with his 6th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals have cut it back within a score. Extra point by Ryland, up and good.
And that'll make our score 14-7.
Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
At their own 31-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And Charles, these early season in-division games are always interesting because you're still kind of figuring yourself out, but you want to know as much as you can about the opponent, especially when it's a division matchup. So I'm curious to see how the rest of this one plays out.
Yeah, that's a good point because they're still trying to work things out. They don't know everything about their own team, let alone trying to figure out their opponent. But you've got to do both on the fly, don't you? While the game's being played, figure it out both ways and try and find a way to win.
Sticking with Walker on second down.
And able to use his blockers to get this up over the 40.
So much of the game today, we're looking for hybrid players, guys who can do a combination of jobs. And anyone who plays a strong safety position, now more than ever, is a hybrid type player. Half defensive back that covers passes and half linebacker that makes tackles. We just saw the linebacker make that play.
Walker, 59 yards. And the Seahawks go up by 2 touchdowns.
Extra point put through by Boswell. And it's now 21-7. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return.
Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 31-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started.
Well, partner, fast forward with me for a second. Remember, next week they have the open week, so they're going to get some extended rest. Does that change how they manage the rest of this one?
I think it does a little bit, but not by too much, because you're right. You get the extra rest, you get a chance to heal up and kind of, do a little bit of a reset for this team. But it's also 7 extra days to think back to the last time you were on the field. So now, a little more importance on what they're getting done because they carry it with them for essentially 2 weeks.
Here's 2nd and 10.
They'll set up to throw. Firing quickly, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after the last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
Now they face a 3rd and 10 after back-to-back incompletions. They're going to look to throw.
Pass to the sideline and pulled in.
And take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. The 21 yards there as they convert on 3rd. Back to throw again.
Finding his target, it's Trey McBride.
And a 5-yard gain gets him to the 42.
A 6-yard pickup.
They really love to get him into one-on-one opportunities, and this is one way. Work him out of the slot and create a mismatch. Who's going to cover him? Corner, safety, linebacker? He's got a way to beat all of those positions.
Gun here with Benson.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage.
It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a 3rd down.
I think sometimes when you're trying to get after the quarterback, maybe it's better to be lucky than great, because I think on that one, he's just trying to get upfield and rush the passer. Instead, the tackle for the loss landed right in his lap.
They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the 1st down marker is here on 3rd. They'll drop to throw. Open man is Marvin Harrison Jr. And he's going to have a Cardinals 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. And we've hit the 2-minute mark in this first half of action.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now back to throw. Open man here is Benson. Takes this to the 32, maybe the 31, and then the defense rallying quickly after that broken tackle. It'll go down as a gain of 6, and that'll bring up 2nd down. He'll look to throw. Oh, he's got a man wide open, complete. Touchdown, Cardinals. A great play there. 31 yards. And the Cardinals are back within a score. Extra point by Ryland, up and good. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14.
To kick off for Arizona.
So after the field goal, Ryland back out as he'll send this one away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. Still more than a minute to go, so there is time if they want to mount something here.
Not only time, but they have 3 timeouts at their disposal as well. So that changes everything that you're doing here. Without those timeouts, you can only work the sidelines hoping to get out of bounds. Here, the middle of the field is still available because you can call timeout and regroup.
That's good for a Seahawks 1st down.
On 1st down, he'll drop to throw. As it complete to Jackson Smith and Jigba. And he's going to get this down to the 35-yard line. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Up the middle, here's Walker. 109 yards rushing for him as he's been tough to stop here this first half. 2nd down and 4.
A 6-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 4 at the 29-yard line.
Sticking with Walker on 2nd down. And he's able to get it down to the 25-yard line. Now the Seahawks call the second of their 3 timeouts. So that means they're down to 1 remaining here as we head toward halftime.
First and 10 at the 25-yard line.
Back to throw now on first down. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. And able to get this down inside the 15, either the 13 or 14 before he's out of bounds.
What a drive this has been, just chewing up the yardage. And here's one of their best plays yet as they finally get down into the red zone and look to finish this off with 6.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. They'll look to throw. And he'll be hit as he releases it, and that'll fall incomplete.
A good job in coverage there. They took away his top read on the play, so he went through his progressions and ended up settling on his running back who scored on their last possession, but the coverage held. It goes incomplete.
Now a 2nd and 10. Out of the gun, they'll look to throw. And that is incomplete. Down to 15 seconds now.
He did a fine job there of not hitting him before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
Walker with a grab, left side. And he'll be tackled right on the 10, well short of the first down. He did his best to just get 4 out of that, but not enough. And now 4th down. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. And they're going to take a timeout defensively. So with 4th down coming up, they go ahead and burn it and say we'll see what happens. So they won't get a touchdown, but here's a chance to at least get 3 to end the first half. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Boswell's kick is good. And that will do it for this first half. First half in the books. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. The Seahawks with the advantage, and they get the football first as the second half is underway. And out a little across the 25 to the 27.
At their own 27-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And they've got the lead, CD. What do you expect from them in this second half?
Well, I like what they were able to do on the ground in the first half because they had a lot of success running the ball, and I certainly think we'll see more of that. Got to keep an eye on that defense, and I think the coaches up in the box will do the exact same thing. If they start to see 1 or 2 guys start to creep towards the line of scrimmage, that'll be licensed to take some shots downfield.
A gain of 22 yards. And the Seahawks first down.
So 1 play, and they're already just shy of midfield. To the right side, this is Walker. Down the sideline he goes. And he is in for a Seattle touchdown. Ken Walker with touchdown number 2 in the game and now 11 on the year. And the Seahawks come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter. Boswell good with the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game now. The lead moves to 17. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a good return, able to get out across the 35 to the 36.
At their own 36-yard line.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's going to be intercepted a third time. Picked up by Reek Woolen. And he returns it into enemy territory down to the 45-yard line. Boy, so another interception, CD. It feels like he's starting to unravel a little bit.
And as you would expect, still a work in progress here in his second season. He has to start ironing out some of these mistakes, though, because now his head coach, his offensive coaches, they have to evaluate whether you keep playing him and let him work through it, or you start thinking about going to his backup.
And Walker with it over the middle. And he gets this inside the 35-yard line. It's a gain of 12, first down Seahawks.
First and 10 at the 33-yard line.
He'll look to throw. And he's got his man in stride, complete. Give him 9 there on the first down completion.
It's a gain of 9.
When you see zone defense and you know you got a drag route on as your primary call, you got to be really careful as a passer about how far you let your guy go, because he might wander into some tough coverage.
Second and 1. Setting up the screen here. This is Walker. And he's down inside the 5 at the 4 before he's out of bounds.
It's a gain of 20.
A good pickup there of 20 yards.
That was a beautifully executed screen pass. Let the rushers get upfield. The blocking forms in front. Lofted it to the runner. And now, not only does he have open space in front of him, he's got an escort as well. And they picked up big.
And he is in for the Seattle touchdown. Kenneth Walker with a milestone career touchdown number 100. Joining Curtis Martin and Franco Harris at the century mark as he continues to climb the all-time list. And the Seahawks are able to stretch out their lead. Extra point put through by Boswell. And the lead is now 24. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32.
The Cardinals take over first and 10 at their own 32-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
Second and 2. He finds his man, complete. It's Benson. Well, he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 22 yards there, a first down.
And the Cardinals, first down. First and 10 at the 38-yard line.
Back to throw. A hit as he throws there, incomplete.
kind of a fine line when you're setting up a screen. You don't want to throw it too early to have the defense react too quickly, and you definitely don't want to throw it too late, and that way it's not formed perfectly. Got to make sure you hit it just right.
Phoenix, Arizona's the spot. Glad to have you along for the ride. Third quarter action and a 2nd and 10 upcoming.
And he takes a shot on the release as this will be incomplete. A misconnection there, and he's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with the short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Play clock down to 5, and they're going to burn a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has them staring at a 3rd and 10.
They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. Oh, had his hands on it, couldn't bring it in. Pretty symptomatic of how this game's been going.
Well, defensively, they haven't let him just sit in the pocket and get comfortable, and that's opposite a lot of game plans in today's NFL. Ordinarily, you're trying to keep the quarterback hemmed in. In this case, they brought the heat, and if he flushes out, they're fine with that, and they force another incompletion.
55-yard attempt.
And he has got it from 55 yards away. That was never in doubt. And they get a little bit closer here as the lead's down to 3 touchdowns.
Ryland now following the touchdown, back out to kick it away.
And good coverage there on special teams as they'll get him down shy of the 20. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They have picked up right where they left off in half number 1, just looking really dominant, extending this lead.
And it's fun to see when teams actually do that, because so many times you go into the half after playing well, and you kind of relax a little bit. We've got this. We can kind of punch the button whenever we get good and ready. But for a team to keep the intensity and keep the execution up and come back after the half and play so well, that's actually really, really nice to see.
And a pedal to the metal. That's what we're seeing right now.
A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle into traffic, and that's complete.
And he's brought down. The Seahawks moving pretty well through the air. Another 1st down.
And while we may be looking at the scoreboard, this offense certainly is not, because they're showing no signs of backing down, even with a 3-score lead here in the 3rd quarter. I think they keep taking their shots. They've seen blown leads happen throughout this league. They don't want to fall victim to it themselves.
There goes a deep ball, end zone.
And it's intercepted at the goal line.
And the Cardinals are going to take possession here. It's a touchback, and they'll take over at the 20-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the third quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is a team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. Well, this has been a tough one for them, Charles. They've struggled really on both.
And his pass is intercepted for the fourth time today.
Picked off by Nicky Manning.
CD, I know it's just his second year in the league as a quarterback, but that's going to be one when he flips on the tape. He's like, I shouldn't have thrown that ball.
No doubt about it, and his coaching staff will be emphatic about he shouldn't have thrown that ball. But remember, second year, as you noted, on-the-job training, so he's got to take this feedback that he's getting, negative or otherwise, and turn it into positives moving forward.
Walker will score. Touchdown, Seattle. Well, nothing fancy there, Charles. You had three tight ends on the field. They were going to run the football. The defense knew it, but the defense couldn't stop them.
And I haven't met an offensive line yet that doesn't get more satisfaction out of running the football into the end zone than pass protecting. They had determination on their side, and they got it done.
Boswell good with the extra point, and that'll increase their lead to 28. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. Now a hit and a loose football. So a teammate picking him up there, that was nearly disaster.
And the way that you coach these things, you want to make sure you have eyes towards the return guy because you want to make sure that the catch is secured. A lot of teams do that. They have at least one guy. Okay, you're responsible for making sure here's the catch. He's not always the one that makes the recovery, but he can always sound out the alarm. Hey, ball's on the ground. We've got to get it back.
Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's Benson. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. That's a good way to start the drive. 17 yards and a first down.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
They go play action here on first down. And his throw here is incomplete.
Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD?
That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
Ernest Jones, the linebacker, with a sack. Pressure that time right up the middle, and he was able to wiggle in there pretty easily and get the sack.
Yeah, sometimes you end up getting caught in a little bit of a breakdown about who to block up front, and that creates the gap there, and he took full advantage, got to the quarterback, and finished off the sack.
A tough spot here, 3rd and 15.
Back to throw here. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
And those two just haven't been in sync thus far. They've done a nice job against him, but still, with his talent, you would expect him to have more completions to him in this game.
He punted 4 times in the loss last week as he gets this one away here. Taking it about the 16. 3 quarters have come and gone. We'll return with more after after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. But not that any of the points would be needed, but CD, they've got enough time left here. They could definitely score on this drive, maybe even an ensuing drive as well, if they really want to drive home this landslide victory.
Yeah, we're certainly about to see just how aggressive they want to be here down the stretch. And what some coaches do is they try and meet it halfway, meaning they want to continue to run their offense, but they'll put in a lot of backups to do it and then tell the opposing coach, hey, I had to get them some work too. I can't just let them sit over on the sidelines all the time.
The play-action fake. They'll look to throw. That's caught at the 25. And he's brought down after a very nice gain. It'll go as an impressive 31-yard gain.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Run blitz there defensively, something we might see more of here in the 4th quarter.
I think we'll see a lot of it, and the difference between that and a pass blitz, you're just trying to get to the quarterback. You're trying to scheme someone open who will get to the QB and make sure he gets on the ground. In a run blitz, you're actually trying to cover up gaps, trying to cover up holes so they can't run the football.
Outright to Smith-Njigba. And they've got it inside the 10 at the 8.
First and goal at the 8-yard line.
And he'll be stopped just outside the 5 at the 6. Only a yard on the keeper, and it'll be 2nd down.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
2nd and 6. Toward the pylon, caught. Touchdown. Ken Walker from 6 yards away. And the Seahawks look like they're going to get back in the win column as they extend their lead here in this 4th quarter. Extra point now by Boswell. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
The Cardinals take over 1st and 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Arizona's offense at the line, ready to get their drive started. It's now appearing that this losing streak is going to continue. You know, the coaching staff was confident that this was going to be the game to stem the tide, but that just has not been the case. And he'll take this up near the 35, maybe the 34. 54 yards rushing for him now in the ball game.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. And I can just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there, I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently.
Hey, that's your man. That's your man.
Alex
toss left side for Benson.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense was pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game, and all that pregame woofing has turned into results.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. Third and 8.
They'll set up to throw.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down.
It's a gain of 29. And the Cardinals first down. 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it.
He's got this downfield to McBride.
And he's taken down, but not before reaching the 10-yard line.
That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run.
Despite writing it down on my notes, I never give enough credit to the offensive line, and we have to here. The protection, that's what made this play a success. Quarterback had to wait for his crossing route to develop, and that takes a little bit of extra time. Excellent job by the big fellas up front.
Stay with him.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big.
He was on point throwing the ball right there. He had the big... And now, of course, all scoring plays are reviewed, and I think they're going to take an extra long look at this one. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. An extra point by Ryland up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down a bit to 28.
Cardinals 24. Chad Ryland to kick off for Arizona.
Back out is the kicker, Ryland, and he'll send this one away.
Well, a dangerous return man showing it here. And a heck of a return as he goes out of bounds across the 50 inside the 45.
Now that's the kind of return that warms the heart of a special teams coach. He'll be pushing us next time, Brandon, to make sure his guys are introduced in the starting lineups. These guys have such an influence on every game. The unsung heroes, remember, they have their own meetings, their own practice time, heck, their own spot on the bench in order to be ready to play each and every week.
Straight ahead, Walker.
20! And he's brought down, but not before he reaches the 8-yard line. It's a gain of 34.
Well, we're beyond the tone setting right now. This guy's been to bell cow all day, and he'll continue to rely on him to move the chains, drain the clock, and lead his team.
The chain gang hustling to catch up. Here's 1st and goal from just inside the 10. Here's Walker.
And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Yikes, a 4-yard loss really sets him back now for 2nd down. On this day, the ground has been his, but at least on that individual play, we just saw the defense finally with a win.
Yeah, they finally got one, and that's a win for them, but all game long, he's seen the holes, and they've been huge for him. Kind of like a baseball hitter in the zone. The ball seems bigger, and he's just whacking it. These guys, they've got it going today.
Now they'll run it on the toss. And he'll get this one down to about the 10-yard line. Only a yard there, and that'll bring us to 3rd and goal.
1 yard on the play. It's now 3rd and goal.
He'll drop to throw. And this will be called. And the carnage continues. It's another touchdown.
Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. And I don't know if last year as a rookie if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Boswell now to kick it away after the touchdown.
A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were